Hello guys, it's me again, Aswat. And recently I uploaded a podcast about Andrew Tate, and I had to bring it down, make it private because I wanted to add new information and then just re-upload it again. And this is the re-uploaded video or podcast about the Andrew Tate. Well, for those who doesn't know, Andrew Tate was a controversial figure online that has been banned from all social media at one point last year, and then brought back by Elon Musk when he took over Twitter. And then ever since then, our Andrew Tate has been very active in promoting his masculinity program for young boys, giving them advice and giving them suggestions. I do notice that after he returned back from the social media ban, after he got back into Twitter, he stopped promoting Hustler University, which was his sort of like you have to pay to be in the program. I know some people have said that the program are fake, but actually it's not fake. It's actually just it's a more of an online correspondent that you go into Discord and you get lessons and activities you have to do. You have to follow the teachers there and whatnot. So he was honest in that way, but some people are complaining. Of course, when people are down, it's easy to kick them. And after that, he embraced Islam in Qatar or Dubai somehow. And then he got into Piers Morgan. After that, he came back. It's a social media journey that he went through. And recently, of course, he came back to Romania and got caught. And now he's being detained for 30 days. And, but there's no crime being charged yet, because the police are investigating him. So in my first video, I did outline, but I wasn't clear. I wasn't clear in outlining his journey. He's a very divisive figure. And I did give him a fair, subjective analysis of what happened to him, who he is, where he comes from, what is happening to him. But apparently some people are attacking me because they say, you are too pro Andrew Tate. But I'm not a proponent of Andrew Tate because there are his views that I am opposed to. This saying that I am very pro Andrew Tate because I put a lot of his short video clips on my social media because they are very truthful. When he spoke them, they are very truthful. Unfortunately, for a lot of women out there, they say he is misogynistic. Even though they have not seen the clips, they don't care to look at him. So I do understand the value of having him relaying this male empowerment messages and posting it to my social media because it is what it is. It is a male empowerment because from his perspective, he is saying that men do not have guidance, do not have the encouragement that needed to push them to a higher level of success. But the way he speaks, I mentioned that the way he speaks is very locker room, very crude to some women to hear him talk like that. But basically what he's doing is he's giving them man talk, locker room talk, man talk, that it sounds like very, not proper, very rough. Even the example he gave, it sounds like misogynistic, but I don't think anybody believes in that. I don't think he believes in that also. For example, he said to, I think, one of the famous interview he had a discussion with Hassan Abi. And Hassan Abi, one of a Twitch streamer, famous guy, brought up the issue that he said women can't drive. And Hassan Abi fought with Andrew Tate based on that kind of argument, why he said women cannot drive, are you misogynistic, and blah, blah, blah. And Andrew Tate apparently very clearly wasn't ready to go head to head with Hassan Abi. And I don't think Andrew Tate at that point know who Hassan Abi is. I'm very clear that Andrew Tate is not equipped actually to argue on this matter, because Andrew Tate keeps saying women cannot drive from his own experience, but Hassan Abi was saying that, was attacking him on that and on facts. So that was the first time I saw Andrew Tate got beaten up online on discussion. And the left, Hassan Abi is very leftist. So the people on the left are become very enamored, very confident. And soon after, Andrew Tate got cancelled. Because hit a man down when he's down. So Andrew Tate had that wrong discussion with Hassan Abi, because from my point of view, and I mentioned this in the podcast that I uploaded before, Andrew Tate, I believe is really not like a mastermind of his business. I don't believe that. I don't believe that he is like the big boss or the top G. He is I give an example as henchman level kind of person who was given all these cars and whatnot, but he doesn't own any of them. I don't think it belongs to him. It belongs to his company, to the company he works for. I think that's what the investigators are trying to investigate right now, where he got his money. So they are saying the money laundering, and that he's involved in money laundering and everything. They are looking to find out where he got his money. I think this is a very normal situation. I myself have gotten into that situation where people want to know where I got my money, so they get the police to investigate. That's, I think, very normal. Even though you live low profile, people will still talk. And people, in Andrew Tate case, because he liked to flaunt his wealth, to show off his wealth, people will get suspicious and then investigate further. All I know, there's no proven that he is involved with sex trafficking or rape or money laundering yet. They are still investigating. So that's why I think the recent update that I want to include was that they have seized his cars. They don't believe that those cars belong to him. And I myself, I don't believe that. I don't believe that those are his cars. I believe he's working for some organization, very hidden organization or something. Because I gave an example that he's not that, his behavior does not reflect on somebody who has a millionaire or billionaire. He might have millions from inside in his bank account, but I don't think he's the sort to run a business. The way he behaves, he has time online. It doesn't make any sense that he's making so much money when he got so much free time to hang out with girls and podcasts and whatnot. No, he does his podcast regularly, I think almost every day, or how many times a week on Rumble. So, and then he's just like going everywhere just to show off his cars and whatnot. Rich people doesn't do that unless they are rich children of rich people. They do that. So in my previous podcast, I was focusing more on the allegation cannot be proven true unless the allegation is just allegation. It's not proven true or false. So we have to wait until the Romanian authority comes out with the result. All I know, this kind of talk about leaving the matrix and whatnot, I don't believe that at all, because he also is part of the matrix. If he earning money in the matrix, he's also part of the matrix. But push all of that aside, that the left is now beginning to study him, they're listening to an analysis about him, is why, if he is so a bad person, why are so many boys supporting him? Why are so many boys listening to him? Even this podcast, you might some of these kids will disagree with me about, I don't believe he's a millionaire or activities and whatnot. They still believe, he's a millionaire, he's a successful character, and he managed to help a lot of people through his advice, his advice and supporting people, giving them encouragement, and also in a very, harsh way, in a weird way and very harsh way, people still believe in this guy. So the leftists are starting to study why some people are listening to Andrew Tate. A lot of people actually, men and boys, are going to Andrew Tate to get advice because they say he said it like it is. He's saying the truth and whatnot. Because the most of the people in America, in the West, the men and the boys do not get that attention from any figure in their life. They are not given enough attention or the positive attention they needed to grow into being better. I don't think they get it from their parents. So they are looking for guidance. And this guidance that comes in the form of Andrew Tate, unfortunately, it comes from in that kind of character. I also mentioned in the podcast that I private that he is a character. That's why I say he is playing a role. He is playing a character that I think he was paid to. All this war room, all this talking about billionaires conference, I don't believe that. There may be a fringe of people who are from Eastern Europe who wants to be recognized. They want to be recognized in the Western world. They join this kind of group. You must understand, the Eastern Bloc, they have rich people. Romania, all this, the Balkan state, Albania, Kosovo, Serbia, all of the people from the Eastern Bloc, they have a lot of rich people. But they cannot move they want to mix with the Western rich people who do not want to mix with them because they are sometimes involved with illegal activities, which is why the authorities are looking into Andrew Tate, because they are saying that he is involved with a lot of activities that are criminal, could be in human trafficking, because that's what most of the people, like I said, these people in Serbia or Albania who become rich, either they do it through prostitution, doing it through human trafficking, white slavery. All of that thing exists in the Eastern Bloc of Europe. That is why some countries, it's difficult for them to join the European Union. Even the current country that is having a war, Ukraine, it's difficult for them to join the EU because of the high standard of the EU system. that try to block all this kind of sexual trading, human trafficking, slavery, drugs. That is the backbone of a lot of the Eastern Bloc countries. So by having this, they are having a lot of like organization like the War Room, is to merge people from the Eastern Bloc and the Western Bloc to kosher their money, to clean up their money. That's why they are saying that they are charging him with laundering money. This is the latest one. I want to add in that the authorities are not only looking at human trafficking in his case, but they are also looking at him as laundering money and some sort of transaction. They want to check on to say that his illegal transaction of money. That's because of the associates that they have in this War Room location, that they want to clean the money from the Eastern Bloc to be traded, to be kosher. Kosher means that those money are illegal money. They want to make it like legitimate money, so that money can flow into Europe. Then I think that's what this group, they are calling themselves the War Room. That is like they said, it's populated by millionaires. It's actually not real millionaires. It's actually millionaires from the Eastern Bloc that perhaps they want to get into the European Union, American market, because Andrew Tate is like that charismatic role model, because he's American and also British. But the way that's why I say he's not a boss. They hired him for one purpose, on that purpose to be a henchman, or because the way he is, he carries himself, the way he talks, it's not how billionaires talk or businessmen talk. I don't think so. Now I'm adding that they are taking his money, laundering money, charging him, trying to investigate him with laundering money or illegal transaction of money. They are, I already know when they are touching on the sensitive matter about his connection with the Eastern Bloc mafia or whatnot, because he came from Muay Thai boxing. He got into, he says, the camp business and also casinos. That money doesn't come out of nowhere. He must have gotten that money. He must have been paid by money. That's why I said this. Now they're talking about, he brought his car to Dubai, his Bugatti. I don't think that is his car, It could be rented by the company that he's working for, or it's just a renter. It's just a renter. I don't believe it. So hopefully, with this investigation, it's an opportunity to expose him, good or bad, I say in my last blog that hopefully he is proven to be not guilty, and hopefully he can become, a better person. I had to make a confession that I had to I had to privatize that video also, because I was associating him with Islam, and maybe he's becoming a not good Muslim by getting involved with the scam girls, more everything like that. So some people told me that, you are putting him and Islam in one basket. That's not good. So I try to make this video. I try not to mention he's becoming Islam, and that also has not been proven, but most people say, okay, he's a Muslim, but hopefully he is. I don't know, but I'm hoping for the best. So I took out all that Islam thing from his analysis, because I don't think that is relevant. More importantly, that is he involved with the crime or not? Yeah, and also that the fact that now feminists on the left are starting to really look into why men and boys follow people like Andrew Tate. See, so that's something good that comes out of this case. I want to upload this again, and that's why I just make this video to rectify the correct that kind of lumping Islam and Andrew Tate together, because people are saying that you shouldn't do that, or he's a Muslim brother now. I don't want to get that element mixed up in my analysis. For my analysis should be trying to be neutral as possible, to say that there is some sort of enigma that's going on with Andrew Tate, and people are curious. People want to know why boys are flocking to him, and it hinges on the argument of the Romanian police, whether he is guilty or not. Let them solve the matter, and hopefully Andrew Tate can be resolved and he can get out free, and then hopefully he becomes a better man. That's my wish for him. And thank you guys for your time. I'm sorry that I had to privatize that previous podcast. Thank you so much.